Joshua Kelly.
Thank you very much, Representative Walker. Distinguished chairs, vice chairs, ranking members, and committee members. First and foremost, I want to echo the sentiments of the previous speaker. I'll be speaking to CHW Medicaid reimbursement as well. And I just want to acknowledge that that was very powerful. Thank you for holding this public hearing today. My name is Joshua Steele Kelly. I am the CEO of the Thames Valley Council for Community Action, one of our state's 9 federally designated community action agencies with a mission to abolish poverty in our catchment area. We administer over 30 programs and serve 55 different towns. My agency is 95% state and federally funded, so we're feeling the effects of the federal government right now. In 2025, I have seen the federal government take action to cut or eliminate SNAP benefits for as many as 58,000 Connecticut families, healthcare and specific programs that TVCCA provides, including LIHEAP and CSBG being in the crosshairs. I'm here to tell you today that we are unable to make progress on our mission in a meaningful way with the resources on hand. The reality is that more people are falling towards poverty in our community than are finding their way out of it. Brave, bold action is needed if we're to reverse this trend. Poverty is a policy choice. It's in one of the richest states in our nation and one of the richest nations in the history of this planet. Surely we can do better than 10.2% of our population, over 300,000 people living under the federal poverty line. I ask you to consider 3 steps to improve our situation this year from TVCCA's perspective. First is to support senior nutrition. At TVCCA, we not only risk federal elimination of our programs, but we're risking programs becoming so costly that we have to shutter them. Our Meals on Wheels program is operating at a $300,000 loss this year and is projected to do so indefinitely as a result of low reimbursement rates for our meals. The federal funds reimbursing $5.12 per meal despite it costing $10.01 to produce. And that's acquiring, preparing, packaging, and delivering food. While Meals on Wheels has long been a federally supported program, the state needs to intervene or we risk losing the service that provides over 260,000 meals a year free of charge to at-home, high-risk seniors with limited other options to acquire a meal. In addition, I want to mention, as I said before, Medicaid reimbursement for community health workers. Public Act 23-186 requires Connecticut to pay CHW services to Medicaid enrollees for services to those enrollees, yet 3 years later, DSS has not implemented this requirement through the filing of a state plan amendment, and funding has not been provided by the state budget to date. We need this desperately. Lastly, during the COVID-19 pandemic, the state used American Rescue Plan Act funding to create a client support fund program, which was administered by community action agencies, designed to help COVID-impacted families with financially related issues that they were faced that presented a barrier to their climb out of poverty, particularly issues that aren't covered by other programs that are administered by the state. With the expiration of ARPA funding, we at TVCCA and other community action agencies are no longer able to help these clients that approach us. I call on the state to create a client support fund to be administered by our community action agencies in perpetuity to ensure that we remain nimble, flexible, and well-resourced so that we can meet the demands of the clients who are walking through our door. Thank you for your consideration of my testimony and your service to the state, and please feel free to get in touch at TVCCA if you have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you for your testimony, and we applaud community action agencies here. Thanks.